Chris Hemsworth and Mark Ruffalo team up for yet another movie, but this time it is not in the MCU. Crime 101 is very much standing on the shoulders of some excellent heist movies that we've had throughout cinema history, but does this movie have enough going on to make itself have a place among those greats? Let's discuss. Ever since I saw Michael Mann's Heat, which was when I was about 21, I have been very into heist movies. There's something about watching that classic cop and robber storyline that really pulls people in. It makes you feel like you can connect to both sides, and that's something that is really unique of heist movies. It taps into both sides of our moral compass. So when I first saw the trailers for Crime 101, I just thought to myself, okay, I think I need to see this movie. It's giving me vibes of Heat. Crime 101 has a really good cast as well. It stars Chris Hemsworth, Mark Ruffalo, Halle Berry, and Barry Keoghan. I even saw Nick Nolte in this film, but my man is looking pretty rough. So it's a pretty simple storyline. Chris Hemsworth plays James, a master at getting in and out of the crime scene without ever needing to resort to violence. He is targeting couriers who are transporting expensive items, and he always uses that 101 freeway to make those escapes. It took me longer than it really should have to put that title to the concept of this movie. I heard Mark Ruffalo mentioning this guy always takes the 101, and then finally I'm like, oh my gosh, 101, that's the title of this movie. Mark Ruffalo plays Lou, a guy who's a little bit on the outs with the police department because he is not following all the same theories that everyone else thinks. He is actually seeing a connection between all these crimes that are taking place along that 101 freeway. He believes it's all the same person, so that kind of puts him at odds with some of the other people in the police force. I'd be lying if I said I didn't think about the movie Heat during most of this film, because there is a lot of story beats in this film that reminded me of Heat, and not just that cop and robber aspect. We have that love interest, we have the detective who's obsessed with his job and lets it get in the way of his own personal life. So similar story beats like that, but I am not calling this movie a ripoff, not by any means. It's just clear that it took inspiration from some of those classics, and for all I know, Heat borrowed from past movies as well. I just don't know because I'm not that old. I didn't see some of those movies that Heat might have been borrowing from. But when it comes to heist movies, for me, Heat is the gold standard, so it's going to be the one that I compare all other heist movies to. Halle Berry is also in this film. She plays a woman named Sharon who works for an insurance company that insures these high-value objects that keep getting ripped off. And she does an excellent job playing a woman who has been trying to reach the heights of her career, but due to that corporate brohood that she has at her company, she is just stuck in a single place, and she starts to get to a place where she's thinking, okay, I'm not gonna move up anywhere, so maybe I do team up with this bad guy. Barry Keoghan's also in this film, and he's really interesting. He's playing another thief, but he's playing a thief that's planning on robbing the other thief in this film. His character Orman feels like the perfect encapsulation of chaos. He has no plan. He goes in with just flying by the seat of his pants. He's not really against violence. He's very much giving me that Joker vibe. So for those people that are concerned about him playing the Joker and the Batman too, I think this performance right here is giving you a pre-look at what his Joker would be like. His character is just nuts in this film. He really is pushing the limits. I don't know, he just does it so well, it starts to make you think like, is Barry Keoghan actually just a little bit nuts? There's some great classic heist moments in this film, but the parts of this movie that really stand out and make it truly great are those more character-driven plot points. What is it that drives someone to become a thief? What does make somebody willing to risk their entire life just to secure some wealth? I do think that this film does a great job showing us inside the mind of a criminal and showing us that it's not always about right and wrong. Sometimes you do end up needing to exist in that gray point, which is exactly where many of the world's millionaires and billionaires have been navigating their entire lives. I'm not advocating for anyone to become a robber. Don't do that. Don't follow the example of this film. Don't be like James. But it's easy to see when you watch movies like this what it is that pushes people to this point. We live in an unbalanced world. That's just an absolute fact. We have people in this world that are born with extreme privilege, and it gets passed down from generation to generation. Meanwhile, we have people that are born into poverty, and because of that system, they're never able to really rise out of it, so they end up going down these dark paths. I really enjoyed seeing Mark Ruffalo step back into the role as a cop again. He just got that Emmy nomination for his role in the series Task, and much like the series Task, his character here is really, really excellent. There is a lot of depth to this guy. He is by no means living that golden life. By all accounts, he should probably be a thief himself, but he stands by that moral code. And I just like seeing that this guy, much like Al Pacino's character in Heat, he just doesn't have everything else figured out. He's not perfect. He's not this gold standard. Like I said, he's just a guy trying to do the right thing in his industry, even if that means getting on the outs with the police force. All around, this is just a talented cast, and there is no denying that. So hats off to every single one of these actors in this film for bringing their 100% A game. And just like any good heist movie, we do have some pretty excellent chase scenes, so don't worry if you're looking for that classic heist stuff. This movie is not all about the characters and that story. We have those classic heist moments very much intact. I think this was an excellent movie from start to finish, and like I said, I kept thinking of the movie Heat while I was watching that, and that is not to say that this movie is copying Heat. That's just to say it's almost to that same quality as Heat. It doesn't quite reach Heat's level for me. Maybe that's my nostalgia bias, but I do think that this is another excellent entry in the heist genre, and for sure a movie that I'm probably going to be adding to my collection. With that in mind, for me, this movie earns an 8.5 out of 10. Michael Mann really has some fierce competition after seeing this movie because he's planning on making a Heat 2, which I am excited about but also concerned about, because is he going to be able to tap in and strike lightning twice? This movie is showing you that you can take that formula that Heat had, but you don't want to copy it, otherwise you might fail. So if Michael Mann is going to succeed with Heat 2, hopefully he's looking at movies like this and thinking about how to evolve that presence and that way of doing things. Very much the bar has been raised a bit, so good luck to Michael Mann. Please make sure that Heat 2 does not suck. What do you guys think of this movie? If you saw it, please put your thoughts on it in the comments. If you liked this video, go ahead and hit that like button, and if you want to hear more things from me, subscribe to this channel. Later.